Oh. How are we? You angered Faye Zeus? You had to pay rent? Sorry, that sucks. Dry Bing. That's, yeah, Dry Bing. As opposed to Wet Bing. Horrific. Oh, big stormy storm? This game has so much style. Wow. I'm sorry, Nin. Yeah, shit's bad. I don't think that awareness has really landed with people yet. What is going to happen in a couple of weeks here when the when things hit. I don't really know exactly what's going to happen, but it's not going to be good because there's a sort of lag to all of this. But we may see insane prices and shortages and things like that. I don't know. It's gonna be wild. And I think it's different for contractors. Legend. The buyout shit was pulled on the like direct employees. I think that shit isn't really landing until this summer, pubs. Well, it's sort of landing now with the warrantless ICE visits, I suppose, right? Sorry, I kept having to Get up to do things. I think another thing, you know, it's just a lot of people kind of, I don't know, just not having much choice but not knowing what to do and just kind of keep doing each day like nothing's going on because of that. But a lot of stuff is really teetering on a knife's edge. You know, the fine line between like what they're doing right now to immigrants is just saying, because like right now they already do this shit where they just say like, oh well, these tattoos mean this, and then they have like this chain of illogic that justifies basically any action, any punishment, including concentration camps. But it's not, you know, for the general populace yet, although it's been floated already, right? And so all they need is to, you know, pick a group, redefine it as a terrorist organization, threat to national security, and it could be something that's like vague enough, overlaps enough with, I don't know, people who say the word socialism, and set up the chain of illogic, build consent, and we're off to the races, right? It's like we're not far from that, but nobody really kind of acts like we're not far from that. I'm going to be bad at this, by the way. I've not played much of this yet, and I don't think I'm going to be good at it. People should not panic is something I want to strongly say after saying all that. Panic is not what I feel like people should be doing. Be wise and be careful. Be careful, be cautious. Watch what you say. I saw that coming, but I couldn't do anything because I was in the air. Why did it pause? That's weird. I didn't pause. It just popped up. Yeah, definitely, Doug. I am learning that one. I didn't know that crest was coming, so... Oh, even little crests, huh? Yeah, just any airtime, you're kind of fucked. You lose steering. Holy God. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and just restart. Well, let's just, I guess I'll play it out and see if I can maybe recover, just be a little more careful. Beartrix, thank you for 99 months. On a separate topic, I wanted to kind of talk to you guys about why the stream has kind of been the way it's been for a while. Oh, is the game too loud? Sorry. There's some stuff you guys already know about. Like, obviously, I've had some kind of wild work stuff going on that I've been throwing myself into. But, something I haven't really talked about terribly much is that, I've kind of had like a spike of some mental issues over the past year or so that have impacted how I feel about streaming and so on. I think I just in general have this raised anxiety. But I've also been experiencing body stuff that has hit me with some unexpected body dysmorphia, basically. And that's made me feel things, mainly negative things. Yeah, I've just not wanted to be on camera. Dude, I need to practice a lot more if I'm going to be any good at this game. I'm doing terribly. I didn't listen, Doug. I didn't listen. Could have gone worse. And all of it together is just a lot, you know? It's impacted, like, the quality of what I'm actually doing on a stream. But it's also impacted my desire to stream. I don't want to quit streaming at all, but it's... When I say desire to stream, it's like, it's more of a struggle to get going, to like, want to get over and actually stream, because I feel anxious and awkward and bad. And that doesn't really lend to, you know, getting on stage and doing the dancing clown thing. Well, Super Klaus, this is... The sort of theme of this game is the history of Rally. And whenever anybody starts talking about the history of Rally, they're almost always talking about... What was it called? Is it 2B, I think? It was the most fucking insane racing shit. Oh, Group B. Yeah, Group B. Not 2B. What am I thinking of? Group B, which was probably the most insane period of sports racing in racing history, where the fucking cars were insane. People worship the cars. They're like legendary. But also, the spectators were fucking insane. They would absolutely crowd onto the tracks in the most dangerous ways. And many people got fucking vaporized by rally cars during Group B. And it was all... They killed all that. I think a lot of it was... I think there were legal implications. I'm not sure, but... Despite all of that, it is mythologized, and a lot of games are based off of it. Most rally games, you will find the Group B cars in there. I think Dirt and or Dirt 2 covers Group B stuff. I don't know if there's any rally heads here. Maybe Doug might be rally head enough to tell us more. Oh yeah, yeah, drivers died as well. I'm not really a sports guy, even when it comes to racing, so I don't really know the deep lore. I just know surface level stuff, and I know a little bit about Group B because I didn't know anything about it, and then I like stumbled across a YouTube video, and then I went down the rabbit hole for a while because I was so fascinated. Like, holy shit, I've never heard about this, and I do have a an appreciation for the vehicles. Rally cars are just insane in general, but Group B cars were particularly like, these are rocket ships on the ground. And I think it's inherently fascinating because I said this the other night, but I feel like it's the most insanely dangerous and technical racing that there is. But because of the way that it is, it's also possibly the most compelling, unfortunately. Where they're just turning these cars into the most monstrous machines you could ever have. Like, I don't know if they are... I don't know how rally cars compare in general to other, like, cars for other types of racing in terms of power. But I think it's deceiving. I think that's what caught my eye, was that they're kind of deceiving. They don't generally look like cars that would be like... When you think of, like, horsepower, there's, like, supercars, right? But supercars usually look pretty nutty. And they're not all designed for racing, but you think, like, McLaren or whatever, you think of V8s, V12s, and so on. And rally cars kind of have this sleeper quality to them, because a lot of them are, like... They look like... Fucking... Some of them look like family cars and stuff like that, because it doesn't seem like the model matters. Well, it does, obviously, but you know what I'm saying, right? Like, they don't look like they have 800 or 1,000 horsepower or whatever. Does that make sense? I don't know if I'm conveying this very well. I feel like an idiot suddenly. It makes me like them more. I actually never really cared for stuff like McLarens or Lamborghinis or Ferraris or anything like that. I always like the cars that are... I don't know. There's interesting in other ways, I suppose. I just never liked... Other than a handful of them. Like, I liked the Lotus. Although the Lotus is not a supercar. And it's interesting. In different ways. Trying to think of a supercar that I actually like. What's that fucking one called? Shit, god damn it. It's a Ferrari or a Lamborghini from the 80s. It's like Couture or something. I think it's actually kind of the quintessential like vaporwave car. Countach? Countach sounds right. Is that a Lambo? That one I like. I love the angles on that vehicle. And I kind of love the... I love the sort of 80s boxy sci-fi stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I think that one is fairly popular and a pretty cliche pick. But I like cars that are similar in that vein in terms of aesthetics as well. Yeah, souped up sedans. Well, I feel like that's still a thing. I think another one that was, it's like an unexpected supercar was always, at least in my view, was the Skyline. Because the Skyline is just this unassuming, I'm talking the 90s Skyline, was this unassuming looking fucking sedan. Right? Wow, I came second. I'm shocked by this. Rally cars need to be based on existing road cars, but one cool trick in Group B was that after entering a car for a season, they were allowed to make an evolution version. Is that where Evo comes from? Which had significantly less restrictions on how much it needed to resemble the road car. That's why so many late Group B cars look so insane. Yeah, I love the looks of them, though. I love it so much. No, the initial D... Or are you saying the first drift car at all? That I have no idea, but if you're talking about the initial D car, that's the, what's it called? The Trano? Which also, I like the looks of that one. I think you can really kind of figure out my whole aesthetic just based off of the handful of cars that I will mention. Nice. I like how they use this fucking stock audio for this. It was absolutely the game. I got second place. I can't use them all. I can use this one though. Let's try it out. No, but it's how cars like the original Quattro went from being a rectangle to a fucking crazy box spaceship. Hell yeah. Hell fucking yeah. Another one that I think is kind of similar in that territory of being a relatively normal looking car, like again, the sleeper quality that I'm talking about is the Subaru's Beast. One of the god cars, the STI. The Mitsubishi as well. They kind of were like Nemesises? No, absolutely not, Legend. Not at all. Well, I think the body dysmorphia thing's hitting me the most. I'm kind of struggling with, like, I'm getting old. I'm getting worried about the health implications of getting old. I've had a lot of things going on that, again, I haven't really talked about this stuff too much, but, like, kind of had weird things going on with my hands that are worrying me a lot. Had some kind of odd pains in my hands. It might be RSI, which would make all the sense because I've played video games and done computery stuff my whole life. So that shit, my wrists are probably dust on the inside, I would assume. But I've had other weird shit going on. Like, I've had this thing where I don't even know how to describe it. I get like this ultra sensitivity in, like, when I grip something. And it seems to just affect my pinkies, at least thus far. But, like, in one segment of my pinky, any amount of pressure whatsoever just yields instant pain. And so I'm talking, like, it's for no reason. It's not like I've done something. I just, like, I'm like holding a broom. Or I'm carrying a bag. And I don't know what's up with that. Don't like it. I put on a lot of weight in a short period of time. Just pain, no tingles. So I've had just things going on. Things that have me, you know, spending a lot of time in my head being existential. And then I have the stress of, like, work has been really grinding me down. But I feel like my mentality has been to, like, I'm just zeroed in on this money situation and chipping away at it as hard as I can, essentially. On that grind set, you guys. I just don't like, I don't know. My head is just in a sort of, it's been in a dark place for a while in terms of feeling like I spend too much thinking that I'm like coming to the end of my life. Hypothetically, I could have lots of time left. Who knows? But that's the way that I think about things. Like, I think about how we still don't have a place of our own. And I feel like I'm getting to the age and the way things are in the world, and so I'm starting to just feel like I think about it from the perspective of, if we got a place, how long will we even have that time? Is that that sound awful? That's the way that my mind processes things now. Not in a like we shouldn't do it kind of way, but in a more of a desperation, like coming down to the end here. Oh, these are not going to get out of my way. Those are decorations. Oh yeah, let's go. I do not have any idea how you become a rally driver. I know that games in real life are very, very different, but like, you know, it's one of those things where learning it just doesn't make sense to me. It's not like anything else. Like when you're learning piano and you fuck up the song, you don't go cartwheeling off the stage and smash into the wall. You know what I'm saying? You just take a moment, take a breath, try to pick it up where you where you messed up from. But with Rally, the price of mistakes is quite high. Oh yeah, I mean that would definitely improve viewing piano concerts for sure. Dude, fucking early piano student recitals would be fucking packed. Standing room only. 3 people injured and 1 death in today's piano recital at the local middle school. I feel like I've said this a lot before, but I'm not looking for advisements or advice or suggestions or anything at all along those lines. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. I'm just not looking for anything, and I'm not trying to complain. I'm just trying to explain. don't think I drove that one very well. Fourth. But I didn't restart. I took my lumps. I like this game. This is probably the best vibe one that I have messed with since I started searching for the right vibe. Oh no, I slapped that A button too hard and now I could back out, but you know what? Fuck it. Positive things I can say is I do feel like, well, it's complicated, but we're getting closer to overcoming certain portions of the debt hill. But also we did things that contributed to it while we were here. So I'm really overcoming not the fully existing one that was already in place when we got here, but other subsequent ones. But it's still a good thing. Very, 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 very slow process. One of those things where I don't know why I do this, but I look at it every damn day, which is pointless because it only changes once a month. But I'm always looking at it and like planning. I mean, lots of things change throughout the month, so it's not like there's no reason to look at the old finances, but I definitely overlook at it. I'm obsessing. But I'm trying to just figure out how we can improve our lives, and plan around that is basically what I'm doing. One thing I can say about right now is I am glad I do not invest. I mean, I think it's fair to say that, like, there is a difference between, like, standing debt and then the sort of regular bills. Like, I get what you're saying, but also I don't think it's useful to browbeat people. Happy birthday. The problem for me is that I'm like ideologically opposed to the stock market. I do have 401k, but I hate it. I think it sucks shit. And I think that the motherfuckers that came up with that should be hanged. Because that shit is a scam. God, I especially, I would say that of the right-wing people, the finance right-wing people are possibly, they're not at the top of my hate list, but they're near there. I fucking hate them. Did a Rosemary's Baby to him? It's just wild how they managed to trick everybody into fucking paying for their own retirement. It's crazy. Crazy, it's crazy, it's crazy. Just the steady walk back. Where they convinced everyone, like, we should take more from you. They just wrap it up in a certain way that convinces people, and then we're off to the races. And it's unfortunate that like people do not see this stuff until like it's way in the rear view, if they ever do. A lot of people never do. Whoops. Oh, that's cheating. Not allowed to go between those two trees. I did realize, I was listening to more theory stuff again. Sorry, folks. The other day, or whenever that was, it was probably a few weeks ago now, I was talking about the golden rule stuff, and I was kind of saying that that's like the only thing. But I have a different, slightly modification onto that thought. I think you can kind of boil the whole world down to the golden rule, like this kind of yin and yang thing of the golden rule and the vile maxim. I think it's basically that's the thing. That's the teeter-totter that we all rest upon. And it's kind of fucking crazy that we cannot solve that conundrum. It's always the same conundrum every time. It's always that. And for some reason, we act like it's the most complicated thing in the world. No one can possibly solve this. We accept only wrong answers. But it's pretty much just that every time, always. It's pretty easy to identify. And yet, we don't seem to pass that knowledge down from generation to generation. We leave every generation to figure it out for themselves, I guess. And if they don't manage to do it quick enough, Oh, sorry, you guys lost this round. Sorry, guys, you only get one round. Sorry, guys. That's another thing I was thinking about in this sort of existential vein is how much time is lost in your life, stolen from you. And you only have the one. And we have created this shitty world. We filled it with stupid shit other than just like sort of living and being happy. Filled it with a bunch of bullshit. My car just smoking to all hell? I guess it is. Oh, it doesn't matter. We're done. I got first. I'm incredible. I kind of got used to this car. That helped. Fancy. I still have not gone into the Bobiverse. Let's try a new car. Oh my god. Yeah, why not? I mean, I think... You know what I'm saying, though, Omni. I think everything for me inside of my heart is that I am just... I'm a humanist based off of my own experience and based off of empathy. And I can't understand anything outside of that. So if I refer to the golden rule, I would be referring to the best version of the golden rule. You know what I'm saying? Because my concern is for the welfare of all. Not just myself. You know what? I haven't been taking advantage of the handbrake at all. That would probably help a lot. But of course, I'm probably going to get risky with the turns if I start doing that. Speaking of. These signs all say stop. I don't know what's happening. I've lost control. I've lost all control. Everything's fine. Back on the road. This truck handles a little differently. What the? This truck just, it's very wiggly. It's very easy to get into like a kind of overcorrection death spiral, but by like tiny cuts, just like little wiggles that just don't quit. Yeah, I need a load of stuff in the back of this truck to counter the wiggly. This is a very fun driver, this game. Like, I had taste tested it on the Steam Deck, and I didn't play it a whole bunch. And I kind of was all over the place, crashing a lot, but now that I've spent a little time, it's very enjoyable. It's really a vibe. Because the driving is actually technical for as cutesy and kind of lo-fi as this looks. It doesn't look serious, but the driving is actually serious. It reminds me of Dirt 2. It feels insane to say. Whoa, 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 whoa. I looked at chat. That's streamer rule number 1. Never, ever look at chat. Do not interact. Do not look. Stop wiggling. Stop wiggling. That's the thing is we can't have a simple explanation for everything. We have to pile on more stuff. I think it's the downfall of humanity in general. We can't accept a simple answer. It must be so much more complicated, guys. Let's make this difficult. But you can't really oversimplify reality. I think from that I was really kind of thinking of my my Christian roots, because I really don't like the Bible at all. I've talked about this before though. But as someone who was raised Christian and raised with the Bible, I cannot fathom or understand, and even when I was in it, I didn't really grasp, like, how is it that people are deriving morality from this fucking heap of shit? There's so much bullshit in this, and so much of it is insanely, like, what is the moral? What is this? What is the point of this fucking story? And I never really bought the interpretation crap. I just did not go for it ever. I was always like, no, 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 no. This story is pretty stupid right on its face. And I'm not really buying this like sort of reinterpretation thing that you're doing, Mr. Minister or Pastor or whatever. There's just so many stories in it that are like, on the initial read, you're just like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Why? Why did they do that? Who is like this? And the reason I brought that up is because I was thinking about the whole like tendency to overcomplicate things. Oh. I don't know if you can flip over. Probably you can. I almost did. There is a reset car option in the menu, so maybe that was actually pretty cool that I went on 2 wheels and didn't flip. I think maybe some of it could be attributed to sort of a game of telephone across translations and stuff like that, but not all of it. Not a lot of it, I don't think. There's definitely long-standing misinterpretations and mistakes that have just persisted. And they're known and remain unfixed because, like, they can't fix stuff that people have hitched their fucking wagon to. You know? They have a revolt on their hands, so they don't fix certain things. Damn, that segment back there, I hit the fucking vibe line. I don't know what was going on, but I was feeling it. Felt good. A lot better than a lot of these other areas where I'm like basically bumblefucking my way through the turns and shit and bouncing off the wall. I hit the flow state, yeah. Jesus took the wheel, yeah. With basically every Bible story, I have some question that cannot be answered. That was my experience over and over again before I dipped out of Christianity altogether. Like, just right from the beginning, like with the Garden of Eden and stuff like that. Why would God do this asinine setup? Why would God have trees with fruit on them that you're not allowed to eat from? You're God. Don't put the trees there. I just don't. And you know, the answers are always this unfulfilling, like, well, it was a test, or you know, just something like that. But like, why? Oh, that's just more why questions for me. Thank you. This all seems unnecessary and just insane. It just basically opens with a whole story about how God can't make a rock that God can't pick up, you know, or whatever. Essentially, like the equivalent of that. Like, why did you make 2 people that you can't control? I don't understand this. Golden Rule was a banger, but that's about it. I don't understand the people that make it their whole life. I just don't have that part of the brain or whatever. I can't wrap my head around that one at all. I can't tell if the truck is smoking or just kicking up dust. I suppose if I stopped driving, I would know, but I don't want to stop driving, so I'm not gonna. The truck is a lot of fun once you kind of get a wrangle on it. It's very different. It's very wiggly, as I mentioned, but like taming it is kind of fun. But also, the way I can tell the driving is good in this is that I'm using more than just full press down of the triggers. I'm spending a lot of time in the middle of the trigger to do certain things. You got to give the people some airtime. Ah, I tipped it. Whoa, and then I fucked it. Yeah, I was saying to somebody that I could absolutely see him Mr. Beaning his way into the potpourri. And that motherfucker does not know word one of any scripture whatsoever. What was that fucking famous thing? He was asked, like, what's one of your favorite scriptures, Mr. President? And he was like, I have many favorites. I don't feel like sharing them right now. Then he wandered off. It would be very funny. Oh yeah. I think that's personal. Uh-huh, buddy. And you know, he would do his usual shit. I mean, it would be bad, but it also would have the inherent sort of funny quality of him destroying the dignity of everything that he touches. Like, there would be Pope merchandise. He wouldn't be too far off because he fucking loves gold. He's so gold-brained. So that's not really outside of the realm of the potpourri, but just the fact that there would be merch. Imagine the MAGA hats in that case. There's a lot there, is all I'm saying. There's a lot there. He would also get to finally be a king, because the Pope is actually also a king, which is interesting. King of the Vatican. So he would be President Pope King, which is humorous. Whoa. Again, let me be clear. I am saying that I find these concepts funny. It does suck. It sucks massively. But also it's kind of funny. Aspects of it. How did I botch that so bad? It's because I touched the emergency brake. That's why. I know the answer. I don't know why I asked it like it was a question at all. I knew what I did. I'm a criminal. God, I can't fight the wiggle. This course, bringing the wiggles out. How did I fuck that up that bad? What the fuck is wrong with me? I think I only sometimes know what I'm doing when I approach a turn. Because some of these, it's like, I can't believe I drifted that far off. And, you know... Presumably I'm just hitting the brake at the wrong time. There we go again. Yeah, Lindsey Graham's tweet was insane. What the fuck? Just total capitulation. Not unexpected from Lindsey Graham, but even for Lindsey Graham, that shit's off the charts. That's our fucking everyday now, though, so. What? First? How's this happening? I felt like I drove like shit. I like the look of that one there. I'll be opening up that leg. I'm gonna open up that leg. Dave, thank you for 91 months. Ingratiating myself as a local at a deli until they offered to name a sandwich after me, then calling it Sandwich del Diablo. And it's just a turkey, lettuce, and Swiss on a hero. But the of the devil part is there's no condiment or sauce or dressing on it. And you can't order it with one. Just dry as fuck. An awful sandwich to eat. The perfect story for dry Bing. Beautiful. Group B is so far away. I'm still working on Group 2. I wonder if I can see the... I don't have like a garage, do I? Damn. I wanted to just check out the car descriptions. Suppose I have to go in. Yeah. The night before the Japan rally, the organizers realized they forgot to order the celebratory beer. Since it was in the mountains with rough roads, delivery would be too slow, so they transplanted a rotary engine into a K-truck, which saved the day, and even did a few stages on the way back. Perfect, Dave. Perfect. La Regina. This was the manufacturer's comeback to motorsport after a decade of inactivity. Much of that time was spent relaxing on speedboats, which inspired La Regina's nautical design. It won the Italian Rally Championship 7 times, where crashes into the sea were common, since it could be driven back to dry land with its watertight hull, compass, and drivers that were also sea captains. Le Gorde, the French take on the 4-door family car. It had a rear-mounted engine with twin carburetors. Carburetors, and was the first in its class with disc brakes on all wheels. More importantly, it had an integrated espresso machine attached to the radiator, which was activated with the press of a button by the co-driver if the stage times were lagging. Das 119i. How to achieve the aerodynamics of a low sports car with space for 4 people? Put the engine in the trunk. Some people doubted and others laughed, but despite this unconventional layout, the 119i victories proved the rear was not a bad place for an engine to be. Das 220. A new class for Germany's streets, defined by its handling characteristics and reliable, powerful engine. The 220 earned its fame for being the #1 headache for bankers, police officers, and insurers, and to anyone that was against this car in a race. The La Mountaine. A sleek and aerodynamic design, coupled to a very light body and a capable engine, made it one of the first entrants to the 200 km per hour club, and it is still revered to this day. Rumor has it that the shape came about after the design engineer accidentally sat on a baguette. The Mini. I know this one. This one's a Mini. A diminutive compact which was made to go through the tight spaces of British cities. This same form factor made it into a rally classic that you could still park at the pub. Who needs raw power when you can go full throttle through the hairpins? The Esky V1. See, now this is a car I really love. I love the shape of the chassis here, especially that front. Originally designed to fit more grocery bags than the competition, it was not meant to be. A bet, some bribes, and an engine designed by the parent company's F1 team made this common car into a legacy that traversed decades and sold millions, building a strong reputation both on asphalt and dirt. Good shit. Yeah, this is a good one for vibing out. I'm gonna have to do more. I feel like I did all right. What's with the progress bars on these here? The ones where I got first. The ones where I thought I did well have progress bars on them that I don't understand. They fill for each first place stage. Oh, okay. So I didn't first place every stage. I just overall I got first. Interesting. At any rate, my friends, it is that time. I thank you for hanging out and watching. As always, I appreciate you. I hope you have a beautiful night, and I will see you next stream.